Am I the only one who finds it slightly ironic that they use the term Disney on Ice?
Now, why would you think that would be ironic?
Well, think about Walt Disney. He's cryogenically frozen.
Now, see, I've never thought of that. I've been to all of these Disney on Ice shows, and I've never thought of Walt cryogenically frozen when I've seen it.
It's an inside joke, and only I got it. Just wanted to make mention of this one. I think it's important that we do. As you know, our aged care workers, they provide an absolutely vital service to the community. They look after the older members of our community and do a wonderful service that makes a huge difference to people's lives. Sadly, however, these workers are among the lowest paid in the nation. The low rates force many to work long hours, night shifts and holidays to try and make ends meet, and they won't walk away from the job because they care about the people that they're caring for. Now, despite being able to earn more money and enjoy better conditions, often just working in retail or something like that, they've better hours, better pay, but they still decide to stay in aged care, and I think that's wonderful. Aged care workers are now seeking pay rises of between $8 and $10 an hour. The increase would see the federal government's aged care spend rise by about 7%. Now, it's obviously a lot of money, but these people need to be looked after. They're doing a wonderful service. It's only, $8 and $10 an hour, so we should try and find it, shouldn't we, as a nation? I think given the terrific job that they do, it's the least that we can do. In the Gold Coast Bulletin today, letters to the editor section from an unnamed person. I turned off my lights for 1 hour on Saturday night, and everyone kept flashing their high beam at me.
Oh, hi, Joel.
How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Good.
I'm really good because I thoroughly enjoy your show.
Oh, thank you.
I listen every Saturday, and it happens to be the best show of the week.
It's 20 past 11. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back and take your calls. 13 13 32 the number. 0427 13 13 32 for the SMS. And if you're near a computer, send us a note. Evening at 4bc.com.au. When did you realise that technology had passed you by? I realised today. I was in Myers at Carindale, and they've got a little tent set up there, and they're displaying 3D television. So the tent's there, so it's nice and dark. They've got a 3D television, a 3D movie going on. And I'm standing there, and I'm thinking, this doesn't look really good. What's all this about? It looks terrible. It's all blurry. And then I realised you have to put the glasses on. But you know what? It gets worse. Because I put the glasses on, and it still looked fuzzy and furry, and it looked terrible. I thought to myself, what is this going on about 3D television? And then the store attendant said, sir, you've got to actually turn the glasses on. They've got a little switch and a little battery. I'd just like to make comment on this, and I'd really love you to air your thoughts on this one. I think, as you know, I think this is a great city, but I think we've missed out on a wonderful opportunity, and that is to host the return of Jessica Watson. I know she started her round-the-world voyage from Sydney, but how good would it have been to have had the massive celebration here in Brisbane? Just imagine crowds lined up over the new Gateway Bridge, the Story Bridge, the Goodwill Bridge. We could have closed off traffic on the Riverside Expressway. Just imagine that. We could have had all the people up there on the Riverside Expressway. Her yacht could have come in, and she could have docked at South Bank, and South Bank would have been full of people. How good would that have been? It's like a stadium, isn't it? It would have been a great atmosphere. It would have been an amazing event for the city. Yet we've missed out, and I would like to know why. Am I the only one who thinks that this is a massive blunder? How is it that we have missed out on Jessica Watson's big return when she's a Queenslander? And I know there will be a reception in her hometown of Mooloolaba, but Sydney's going to be the big one. That'll be the one that's beamed around the world. Has the Harbour City got one up on the River City on this one? Let us know. 13 13 32.
I love listening to you.
Thanks, Joy.
You just got a lovely, I don't know what it is about your voice, but it's so soothing. I don't want to go to bed.
Not too soothing.
Oh, you play lovely music and everything. It's really lovely listening to you when you fill in the Walder.
Thank you, Joy.
Okay.
And I'll sign this cheque and send it off to you now. See you later.
Good night.
Thanks, Joy. Good evening, all, and welcome to Thursday night. Great to have your company. Our number is 13 13 32. Make sure you send us an SMS, 0427 13 13 32. You can also send us an email, evening at 4bc.com.au, or jhelmes at 4bc.com.au. There's always the fax as well, 39088377. Hope you had a nice day, and heading towards another weekend. We'll have a shortened show tomorrow night, but that's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can join us straight after the Tigers beat the Raiders. We'll see how we go. 7 after 8 the time, and our mystery voice coming up soon. A bit of time to talk to you. If you want to join us, give us a call. If there's something you want to talk about, 13 13 32. Did you see the story about Oprah? She says she may sleep at an Australian fan's house when she visits. would you like Oprah to stay the night? Let us know. Or alternatively, what celebrity, living or dead, I guess living would be preferable, what celebrity would you like to have for a sleepover? Let us know. 13 13 32. Sarah says, we're currently renovating our house. It's been raised and re-stumped with plumbing and footings, etc., dug into the earth underneath. We're forever finding marbles. There'd be some history. There'd be some history there. Funny thing is, we're on holidays in Ballina for Easter and met a lady who lived on the Gold Coast, and her grandmother used to own our house. The marbles were hers. There we go. Did you have any compassion for the woman? Well, she's obviously lost her marbles. If we could just have this sort of improvement each year, then the problem would just about go away. It's up to us as motorists at the end of the day. It's not up to the police. It's not up to the governments. It's not up to anybody except the person that's behind the wheel. Apparently, we only went to the moon because the actual liquor companies paid for it. They were very keen to get a bar built on the moon. And they did.
Is that...
We did. They built a bar on the moon, but it closed a couple of months later. It had a lousy atmosphere. It appears when it comes to online news websites, we're as much looking for sleazy sex stories and gossip as much as what's going on in the world. Now, here's just some of the top news headlines listed on one particular news website today. Basically, they list all top stories that people are clicking on. And the top stories were Woods throwing money at mistress, so a bit of gossip and sex there. Sex somniac's orgasms while sleeping. Woman sets penis on fire. Catholics escape sex scrutiny. And lovers caught romping in Sydney Tower. They are some of the most popular stories on this particular website. Sex and gossip dominating internet news websites. I guess, of course, there is a more serious side to this, and that is that kids visit these sites. It might be worth keeping an eye on that, parents. Do you find you are more drawn to the weird and wild type stories on these sites? Is it an escape from, not everybody wants to click on there and read about Kevin Rudd or Tony Abbott. They might click on there. They often see a scantily clad woman, click on the story, and it's some bizarre sex or gossip story. Let me know what you think. 13 13 32. Are they going a little bit too far, those sites? Obviously, that's what's paying the bills. People like clicking on those stories, so they're very popular.
I went to the Titanic exhibition.
Oh, okay.
The Artefact exhibition. Over 18 films have been made about Titanic, which I'd love to talk about very briefly. But the exhibition itself brought very mixed feelings. So might have if you want to, we'll have a chat about that.
Well, if it's not all that good, let's hope it doesn't sink without a trace. Catch you soon, Jim.
You too, mate.
Okay, see you next week. Jim Sherlock joining us, talking movies at 4BC. Well, I just think we're a funny bunch. A little bit hypocritical at times. We all know, of course, that domestic violence is a serious and look, it's all too common. It's a terrible thing. But I was really surprised to see these comments by Oscar winner Sandra Bullock today, and a little bit disappointed by them as well. It's pretty serious. Look, it's turned out that she's been the victim of a cheating husband, as we know. But she's been quoted as saying that if she was Tiger Woods' wife, Elin, she would have hit him a lot more than she did. In fact, she says, I would have kept hitting him. And, those comments, they were made 2 months ago. That was before the allegations against Sandra Bullock's husband came to light. But they're unsavoury comments, aren't they? And I think that if the tables were turned and anybody in public life said that in regards to hitting a woman, we'd be all over the place. And unfortunately, domestic violence, whereby the man is the victim of the domestic violence, is something that does take place. So maybe I'm being a little bit sensitive, but I just thought that that's something that we should point out because I don't think anybody else is going to be talking about it because simply it's a woman that's saying it. So let me know your thoughts in regards to aliens. Maybe they were looking for intelligent life and it was a failed mission. Eleanor. Hi, Eleanor.
Oh, good evening, Joel.
How are you?
Oh, look, you've disappointed me.
Oh, why is that?
Saturday and Sunday night's my favourite night for 4BC.
Oh, thank you, Eleanor.
And you're going away?
No, I'll be filling in for Walter. So Alex will be filling in for me, and I'll be filling in for Walter for a couple of weeks.
Oh, that's good then. Oh, oh no. Oh, well, you've put my mind at rest. I'll sleep tonight peacefully.
Thank you, Eleanor.
All right,
Thank
then.
you. All the best. Thank you. Oh, that is a lovely call, isn't it? Before we take a couple more calls, let's go to another. Let's go to Mo.
Well, let's go to Mo. Yes, Roy Reen Mo, really real name Henry Vandersloot. And he was a stage performer with his mate Stiffy and Mo, and they worked in the 1920s and 1930s, and Stiffy passed away, unfortunately, as a young man.
And now he is.
You know, with this comedy, I guess, isn't it? And in 1946, I have to control myself now, Roy Reid turned to radio.
When you make that final putt, it's got to go right in the hole.
Yeah. No comment. 29 after 8 at 4BC, the Worldly Women, Pauline Bell and Gail Austin. If you've got a thought about Greg Norman...
She's lost it now.
13,
and it wasn't
13,
me. We'll have to revive her.
Oh, dear, oh, dear.
Don't talk about Tiger Woods' bulbous disc, otherwise we'll be in big trouble. That is so funny.
Yeah.
I'm going to be laughing all the night. I won't be able to sleep.
A pain in the neck has a pain in the neck. Warren says, Joel, after listening to you for the last couple of weeks, I believe you have missed your calling. He says, Joel, you should leave radio immediately and get a job in a soup factory. Warren says soup factories are always looking for expert stirrers.